why we celebrate. The history behind it: in the ancient times, there was one demon whose name was Mahishasura, and he was bothering all of the people around him and people around the world, and they would not live in peace. He was so bothersome, he was so fearsome, he will bother them all the time. And he was doing tapasya. Everybody knows tapasya?
Yeah.
You have to sit like this and say the name of Bhagwan, name of God, name of Bhagwan. I'll say Bhagwan instead of God, okay? So he did tapasya for so many years. I see some hand raised, so do you have any question? No? So do you want to say something? Okay, if you want to say something, we can say it a little later. If you have a question, raise your hand. Okay. No. Comment is little bit later, maybe after 2 minutes once the story is over. We'll take gap in between for the questions and comments after every session. Okay? So that Mahishasura, he did a lot, so many years of tapasya. So Bhagwan gave him a boon. You know, if we do tapasya, then Bhagwan, we place Bhagwan, God, then he gives us boon. And the boon was, nobody in the world, no male member in the world will be able to kill Mahishasura, and no deity. So he was so happy. Wow, I am immortal. No male member, no person or deity is gonna kill me. They cannot kill me. So I can be here in this world forever. So I am a king. So he has that strong power, and with that power, he started fighting with all the other kingdoms, and even with the gods, even with the Bhagwans, he started fighting. So all the gods, the king of God was Indra. So even he got frightened. Oh my God, he just got a boon. We cannot destroy him. So what do? We should have some plan. So what he thought, he went to Trinity God, which is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Three gods, Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. For Brahma, we say he is a generator, operator is Vishnu, and Mahesh, Shankar Bhagwan, is a destroyer of bad, evil tendencies. So Indradev went to Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, and he said, Mahishasura is not, we are not able to live in peace because of Mahishasura. So what do? So even Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they thought and they came up with a plan. What they did is, they had three of their power. They had different powers, divine powers. So what did they do is, they mixed all the three powers in one form. Okay? In one form, and that form we call it as Durga Devi. And then and Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh then talked to Indra. Okay, now you can have this form. This form has all the powers of all the gods together, and this is very divine power. Yeah, divine power, and this is going to fight with Mahishasura. Sorry, the previous one. So they created Devi, called as Mahishasura Mardini, and then she fought with Mahishasura. She fought with Mahishasura for 9 days, and then finally she won and she destroyed Mahishasura. As per the boon, he got a boon that no male person and deity cannot kill him. So Mahishasura Mardini, she was not a male, she was a goddess, and she was not a deity, she was a form. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they created a form with all the strongest strength and all the powers available. So she was Mahishasura. As you can see, she has so many hands, and each hand is carrying some weapon for the destruction of the evil, destruction of the Mahishasura. So she fought and she won over. That's why 9 days we celebrate Navratri, and the 10th day is a victory day. Vijayadashmi. Vijaya meaning is victory. So all the gods, they got a victory over evil, over the demons. So on Vijayadashmi, we celebrate the victory of good on evil, victory of good people or good thoughts over the bad thoughts, over the bad tendencies of people. So you can see all the hands containing Trishul. This is Trishul. This is Trishul. And what is this? Dhanushyaman, bow and arrow. So she is carrying all the weapons of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. she had such a strong power. Okay? So this was a history. This is one story of the history, and the second story is about Rama and Ravan. You know, everybody knows Rama Bhagwan and Ravan. Even Ravan had bad tendencies. He was human, but still he was behaving like demon. He was asura. He was demon. So Rama also praised Durga Devi, this Devi, and Rama also invoked her. Rama Bhagwan requested her to give power and strength to Ram so that he can kill Ravan. Okay? So now after 9 days of fighting, Rama destroyed Ravan. So Rama Bhagwan win. Again, this is the second story of victory of good over bad, or good over the evil. So these are the two stories, Shri Rama Bhagwan and Mahishasura-Mardini or Durga Devi. Okay? So now we will see how this festival is celebrated. This festival is a very big festival in Bharat. So we will go to the eastern part of Bharat first. So in eastern part, this is the big idols. As you made idols of Ganpati for Ganesh Utsav, right? So in eastern part, especially in West Bengal part, they made huge life-size clay idols of Durga Devi and Ganesh, Kartikeya, Saraswati, Lakshmi Devi. They make, and they put it on a big sort of pandals. They make a construction, a temporary construction. They keep it there and they worship all the idols there for 9 days. And then with that they have, and all the 9 days they do pujas and chanting. You had a question? Okay, it's a question time. Somebody was asking some question. Yeah. What? Bharat. What is Bharat? Okay, Bharat is India. To India we say Bharat. Okay? So if I say Bharat, that means it's India. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
Is that a question? You
why
think?
does Durga
So many hands.
eight?
Yeah, because she is called as Ashtabhuja. She has 8 hands to carry all different kinds of 8 kinds of weapons. And of course, I am willing to give Ashirwad to all of us because we want her blessings for our success, for our good. So that's why she is. Okay. So we were talking about the eastern part of Bharat, eastern part of India, especially in West Bengal. They put idols, and 9 days they do chanting, they do jaga. Durga Devi, this year, or this whole festival is about Devi, the female form of God. Okay? Got it? So why don't you sit next to Yati, please? Okay, so they do 9 days chanting and bhajans. They have Mahaprasad at the end. They do, they show, represent some cultural activities. Okay. And the second thing, what they do is Ayudha Puja. In eastern part, they have Ayudha is whatever tools you use every day. What tools you use every day? Do you use books? Do you read books?
Yeah.
Use pencils?
Yeah.
Sometimes you use iPad or laptops. You use iPads. So all these are the tools which help you to grow. To grow, to learn. So these are your tools. For moms like us or for the working ladies, what they use, they might use laptops, or for moms or the kitchen tools. So Ayudha is the tools. Ayudha word is the tool. So they worship the kitchen tools and books. So that is called as Ayudha Puja. So what is the significance of why do they do that? Because they want to respect those implements, respect those tools, those things which help you in everyday life. Ultimately, which help us to earn money for our living. So for your dad it is laptop, for your mom if she is working again a laptop, or she is at home, then kitchen tools. In the kitchen what she is working with. All the things we use every day for good thing of ours. So we can progress, we can do knowledge. We do puja. So that is called as Ayudha Puja. So tell me now, it's a question for everybody, like a quiz. If I am a farmer, what I will worship to?
Oh,
Good job. I see some hands raised. If I am a farmer, what I will do puja? Ayudha Puja will be what for me? Yes? Huh? Cow. Or what is the tool? Yes. Farmers use cow. They use plow. Tractors?
Yeah. They use brakes.
Brakes, so tractor brake. So farmer will do puja, worship all these to respect that. And then if you are a doctor, if you are a doctor, what we Ayuda puja? Can you say Ayuda? What is Ayuda? Doctor will use? Yes.
He use like a stethoscope.
Stethoscope. Good job. Even doctors have so many tools for his help, so he can cure all the patients. Now, if you are say teacher,
What?
you will teach him.
Projector.
Projector, blackboard or whiteboard with markers and books. Because for teacher, it is all these tools, these things are helping the teacher for his livelihood. So we have to respect those tools. So we have to take care of the tools. And we have to pray to Durga God, worship to her, saying, asking her blessings that let all these things for me be useful for life, so that I can have success in my life, I can progress. Okay. And if you are industrialist, if you have some business, say transportation business, what will you do the Ayuda puja for? If you have transportation, this word of transportation might be Pudwani and Riyan. Do you know this transportation word?
Oh, transportation.
School bus?
Yeah,
Is that a transportation tool?
tool.
School bus is a transportation tool.
Motorbike.
From one part of
Cycle.
Yes. So we do puja, we do worship, all these tools. So Ayuda puja is the second important thing which is celebrated in eastern part of Bharat. Third thing they do Kumarika Pujan is all the young girls are, they are seen as goddess Durga. They are represented because they have Shakti. They have Shakti and they have all good habits. That's why all the moms or aunties will do puja for the young girls. Okay. Now we will go to the next part, which is the south part of Bharat. How do they celebrate? Because this is a big celebration, 9 days. So what do we do? So some kids here might have this kind of structure at their house right now, which is called as Bolu or Bommai Kolu. So Bommai is, the meaning of this word is dog. And this is, Kolu is to display. So this is the display of dolls. They have structure of steps, and on each step they put something. So what they will put? So on the upper few steps they put the deities idols, either made of clay or wood or some cardboard structure. They either buy or they can make it at home. So deities idols. Then next few steps are for saints, all our Indian saints. You know saints? So all the Indian saints, all the great people who has helped us to come this far, to become good and better persons to help society. So those are called as saints, and then their idols are put on the next steps, and then next steps on the ladies, they show their art. Like the ladies at the house, if they are good in art, they will put their art thing here, which will be either painting or drawing or sewing. Okay, so those kind of displays are put at here somewhere. And at the end here, if you can see a playground here, and on that side, these are few of the musicians. And the last few steps are given to the kids at the house. So if kids want to do some artifact, art and craft, they can put at the last few steps. Or if they come up with a theme, like okay, I want to go for a playground, so they will make playground structure with either clay or wood, or they go to Michael's and they order that, and then they will try to do something. So their interest, their art and craft things are put at this, and those are displayed. Kolu is to display. Bommai is, I guess this is a Telugu word. Bommai is dogs, and Bolu is another word for that in South. And this you can read as Vidyarambha. Here a small boy around 3 to 5 years of age, and the Guruji, the Panditji, they go to temple, and Vidya is study, and Arambha is to start study. So if you are 3 to 5 years of age, your mom and dad will do the puja in the Navratri for Vidyarambham, so that you start writing letters or you start reading letters. So they will make you to write. See, he's making him write on the in the thali. There is either wheat, gehu, or rice, or it may be sand. So with some puja, any grade, with some puja, after the puja, they will help you to write the first word, first alphabet of your life. Because these days are considered very auspicious. If you start any good thing during these days, it is bound, it will give you success. It will give you at the end. If you keep doing the effort, if you start putting the effort, if you work hard, that is going to give you success at the end. So that's why we think that if you start the vidya, if you start studies there, so you will be successful in your studies. You will get good grades. But you will have to work hard. So this is the good auspicious time to start this thing. And here it's just shown that this is a book, shankar, this is diya, and a grave. This is rice part.
I was telling that's the writing part.
It's the writing part. So these two pictures are for Vidyarambham, and this is for the steps, the Guru formation. And in this Guru formation, in the evenings, the ladies will invite their friends for Haldi Kumkum. So again, Haldi Kumkum is they'll share. Haldi is turmeric powder, and Kumkum is the red powder, which is considered very auspicious. So all the ladies come together in the evening. They do Haldi Kumkum. They share things, and they of course chant few shlokas for Durga Ma. So that is what is the why do they do that? They just sit together. They chat about good things. What do they do? What are they learning? What they can learn from each other. So it's a social gatherings. Got it? And they do bring their kids also. So kids get to see all the art crafts of different houses, their friends. What do they make? So they get an idea. Wow, my friend made this. That is a good idea too. So they share the art and crafts. They talk to each other. So this is called as a social gathering or society. They sit to each other, and of course they share the chantings. Okay. And then next, we will go for the next slide, which is in the south part again, there is a place called Mysore. And in Mysore, the state deity is Durga Devi. The Maharajas in the olden days, Maharaja Wadiyar, King Wadiyar, he started this procession thing. In that, the state deity, what do they do? This is the palace here, and you can see procession in Mysore from royal palace to Bandi Mandapa. So this is the royal palace where the king rides. This day also their kings are staying there, and from their palace, the decorated horses and elephants and camel, they start the procession. And here, this is called as this is made of golden, and this is called as hauda, which is a carrier on top of an elephant. Okay, and this is the carrier or hauda is made of golden, and inside is a Durga Devi or Shakti Devi ka image they put, or maybe Murti, the actual idol they put here, and that idol. And again, there is a royal sword also. On the 9th day, there are two processions. On the 9th day, the royal sword, the king's sword, because for him it is a ayuda, it is a tool. In the olden days, if they used to get the attack from other kings, so they used to fight. So sword was their ayuda. So they used to worship sword. So on the 9th day or during 9 days, the sword was decorated with flowers. It was worshipped, and then the sword will be put on this hauda or the golden carrier on elephant, and there will be a procession from one place to another. And for Vijayadashmi, it's actual Devi Mata, Durga Mata's idol or image they put, and they go for procession. And if you see the word, it starts with Royal Palace and it ends at Bandi Mandapa. Bandi Mandapa is a tree. It's the name of a tree which is called as Shami tree, which is considered as very auspicious because it has very good medicinal properties. So that procession ends near that Shami tree or Bandi tree, Bandi Mandapa, and that palace's name is Ambavilas. The palace for 9 days, it's a huge, big celebration. Everybody is so happy. They decorate the palace with flowers and with lightings at the night. So it's a good time to visit Mysore during these Navratri period. And for the procession, in the procession, what they do, what else they have? In the front, they will have all the horses, decorated horses and elephants and everything. And they do have, this is called as Pathanatya. So on the road, during the procession, they become the, they show or they represent the Rama Leela or the Ramayana. That is, Patha is road and Natya is drama. So they show drama, folk dramas related to our Hindu culture. And for example, even they dance during the procession. So dance bands or music bands, they do follow the elephants. So this is all about the procession which takes place in Mysore, in the from King Palace. Okay. So we'll see the next. It is again the western part, which is Maharashtra, Gujarat. We finished eastern part of Bharat. We finished south part. Now we are coming to the west part of Bharat. This is called as Ghata Sthapana and Akhandadeep. To be in short, Ghata is a clay pot. So in the clay pot they put dirt and they put grains. Some people they do put 9 types of grains, or some people they just put the grain, one grain, wheat or rice. And then there is a kalash on top of it. Kalash, everybody might have that kalash in your house. And they put the image or idol of Devi on top of it here. And you can see at 9 days on this, after 9 days on those dirt, you get small saplings, small the grains to show come. Okay, and these must be 9. And this happens at my house, so I am very happy. Every day from this God Devi image, at the top there is a wooden structure. There is one mala or one garland, one flower garland. These offered to the goddess with aarti and everything. So why do we do this? So that we can have prosperity, we can have all anna dhanya. Anna is food all the time available for us, because without food we cannot live. So that is the what you can say, the idea behind it. Okay, and this akhanda deepa. Akhanda is that deepa is lit. Lamp is lit next to the devghar or next to the idol, and it is kept on for all the 9 days. You might have this in your house. All the 9 days the deep is on, the lamp is on next to it. Okay? And then the next slide we are going to see the north part of Bharat. The main attraction in north part of Bharat is drama on the stage, and the drama will be about Rama Leela. All the life stories of Sri Ram, they show, the actors actually show the Ram Leela. They play the drama during the 9 days. And on the 10th day, what happens is, all these actors who were playing some roles of Ramayana on the stage all the 9 days, they come on the streets, and there is a little bit of small procession, and on the streets they actually show the battle between Ram and Ravana. Okay? And at the end, Sri Ram wins and he defeated Ravan. So the big statues are Ravan, Meghnad. So Ravan's son was Meghnad and Kumbhakarna, his brother was Kumbhakarna. So their big statues are made and they are burned. Okay. So the next slide. How much time is it? Next slide. Okay. Now the main thing which is going to be surprise for you after this will be in Gujarat. They dance with, this is called as Dandiya dance. Dandiya is the stick which are decorated with flowers and with art and craft. So they hold the sticks, that is called as Dandiya dance. Or without the sticks also, they can dance, that is called as Garba. Okay, so here you can see. And Garba is, in the middle, they put Bhagwan ka image, Durga Devi's image, and a earthen pot with a lamp inside, and they do all around that. They do all dance. So the Garba is human. The garbo, that's called as garbo, right? The wooden, the earthen pot is called as garbo. So that represents human body, and a lamp inside it represents our soul. And around, we are moving around, we are dancing around it. It shows the life cycle. Everybody is born and then we grow up, we learn so many things and then we become old. This is the life cycle. So turning around it represents the life cycle. So that is good. And garbo, so you know the garbo is the Gujarati word for the dirt pot, the earthen pot with the lamp lit all the time inside it. And this is called as dance of joy and realization. So this is actually celebration. So we will see, so this was all the 4 parts of Bharat. Now the next slide we will see what is that. Okay, now the actual, we saw the celebration. So why do we do all those things? So you will find the answers. Nava is 9, Ratri is 9, and we celebrate the 10th day as a victory of good over evil. And first 3 days, Durga Devi is worshipped. We invoke Durga Devi. The middle 3 days, Lakshmi Devi, and the last 3 days, Saraswati Devi. So for the first 3 days, Durga Devi, we invoke. We want blessings for Shakti within us, for power, the strength. Durga Devi is so ferocious. She has such a strength that she can fight the bad, the evil in the world. So we are asking, we want the blessings from Durga Devi, from Shakti. And from Lakshmi is Sampati. Sampati is wealth, that is Sampati. And from Saraswati Devi, we want the blessings of Buddhi, which is knowledge. Sampati is wealth. We will talk about these two in the next slides. And this is strength. We can go to the next slide. We will talk about now Durga Devi, which is also called as Mahishasura. And these are the 3 names of Durga Devi. For 9 days we worship different aspects, different form of Durga Devi, which is Shailaputri, Brahmacharini and Chandraghanta. I guess you made mass last weekend and you had some names. We might have some of these names. And now Mahisha is a Sanskrit word and it means buffalo. Now this is interesting, guys, okay? Mahisha is buffalo. And buffalo loves to just lie down on water and just do nothing. So here, the